just, yeah, hump day. That's what it is. Um, as in, my portfolio gets humped every Wednesday by the market because everybody's bored out of their skull, and unless we get serious news, nothing happens. We just sit here staring at the market, drooling like idiots. So, with that being said, I'm sure you're all excited to be here. I will throw the Discord chat on hot mic, guys. I've got to remember how to share this. There's got to be a way to share this, right? What's the link? The Discord. Yeah. No, no, no. Like, if I want people to come in here, how do I do that? Oh, I got it. I got it. I just threw up one with the one day. But yeah, if y'all want to get in on the Discord, hang out with all the degens that are talking on Mike here, Martini, Euro, Redemption, Stoby. That's the Discord we all hang in all day. I highly recommend it. I get a lot of my facts from there. It's not my Discord. It is Martini Rita's Discord. She is somebody that I highly value for her opinion. She's a wicked smart lady. She takes me to school on how stocks actually work. However, for some reason she thinks I'm not totally batshit crazy when it comes to this stuff, so she lets me hang out with her. We will do. We're gonna do marbles today. I wonder. You guys want to do marbles? How many people are in here? Mm. All right, there's 13 people. Let's do some marbles. I'll load it up. Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I'm just loading up Marbies here. Hold on. It's amazing. My computer runs these like brand new games, Marvel's Avengers. It runs it like it's smooth as butter. Marbles though gives it a hard time. Like, please, Marbles, optimize your game. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, everybody. Huge shout out to everybody that was here for the morning stream. If you missed it, you didn't miss much. It's Wednesday. Wednesday. Okay. Race. What are we doing today? What are we doing? What are we doing? Let's do Dave's Death Alley. That sounds like fun. Let's do that. Nobody missed the marbles. We're going to do marbles now. Guys, as always, the rule for marbles. I'm going to play against you guys today. The rule for marbles is type in exclamation play to get in. If you win, you get to pick the stock that we watch as the market opens today. It's just simple like that. I don't try to make it overly complicated. I am going to start doing a marbles at the end of the week on Fridays. I'm loving seeing how many people are subscribers to this channel. You guys are rocking it. I really do appreciate the amount of you that are supporting me in doing this. I know I'm a bit of a degen, but I do appreciate everybody that's in here helping me to, make a little bit of coin on the side. But yeah, Fridays I will be doing a subscriber play. Last thing I do before I leave on Friday will be a Marvels game to give away a subscriber, give a little bit back to the community. You guys have been so great, so definitely want to help you go. But I would love to at some point just have every single person that's in the chat all day be a subscriber. That would be amazing. So with that said, I think everybody that wants to get in is in. If you're not in right now, you got 10 seconds, exclamation mark, play, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go. We've got Your Nan's left nut. Taking the lead. Oh, Clavington. Holy cow, there must have been a boost or something there. Oh, there's a couple of them. Okay. Okay. I can't even keep up here. All right, now I'm ahead of you. Now I'm ahead of you. Your Nan's left nut. They want it. They want it. Eric Fallon's giving him a run for his money. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Fallon knocked him out. Fallon took him out. Oh, Saki got knocked out too. People are getting knocked out left, right, and center here. There's not many left, folks. This is a very simple course. You go through this, you get a boost, and then it's got these poppers here. Wait for it. Wait for it. You see how it is. If it's up to me, guys, we will be watching Wells Fargo going in. If I get the pick. And I know how rigged it is, guys. I intentionally try to rig it as best as I can. If nobody's live in the end, whoever was the closest. Now, if nobody survives, I'll pick a different course and we'll do it again. If nobody survives. But you boys need to get on my level, it looks like, because I survive no problem. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Is it going to be Erico? Is it going to be Erico? I can't catch him. I can't catch him, boys. I can't catch him. Pop him up. Pop him up. Pop him up. Oh, you stopped him, but you didn't pop him up. Oh, I'm not going to make... Oh, there's Clavington. Like, I'm still in it. I'm still in it, boys. Erico wins. Erico Fallon takes the win. So, Eric, you get to choose, man. Whatever stock you want into the market, I'm happy to watch it. Go again. That's it for marbles. I know you guys love marbles, but for me, it's just like a meh. What are we watching? Ooh, space. Okay. Let's see how space has been doing pre-market here, because I haven't looked at it since earlier this morning. I know it was up above 22. Space. It is still up above 22. Holy crap. Okay. I'll set up the big sheet here. So that's set up and ready to go. We still have 10 minutes-ish here. So if you guys have anything that you want me to look at, these are kind of the ones that I was looking at today. That's morning call goodness, and you have to invest in the morning call if you want to get a piece of that. So I'm going to get rid of those. Yeah, I think there still is. Elizabeth Warren slams Disney. Pocahontas is warring with Disney. Dun dun. Laptop, what's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, I mean, let me ask Redemption. Hey, Redemption, you there? I mean, you're good, but you don't have secondaries. Oh, nice, chainmail. Nice. Oh, he's in the morning call. Right, my bad. Oops. Oops. Yeah, geez, we should all be in the morning call. If you're not married or have a significant other and a bunch of wonderful babies, I highly recommend it. Yeah, that there is my Dungeons and Dragons mug, with the giant bone dragon on it. I'm a big fan of it. Makes you feel real manly to hold it, right? Most of my mugs, actually. Unfortunately, I've got that dad thing. I any other dads out there will attest to this, that the second that you get a really sick mug, the kids drop it the next week and it's done for. So any of the mugs that you see back here on the shelf are there because they have been obliterated. I had a sick, like, color changing Green Lantern mug. I had so it's out of stock. Um Yeah, it's only this big. Espresso only. That's what I do. Yeah, no, the kids destroy my mugs. So when I got that Bone Dragon mug, it survives because the mug is metal. It just has like this really cool outside. So they can drop that. They could play baseball with that thing and it would survive. Dun 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 dun. Okay. Market. Senator Warren. Yeah, space. Okay, so Stoby saying 2220 looks like the level. If you guys are TA players and you like yourself some lines, and I'm not opposed to it, there are TA traders out there. I'm just not one of them. But if you're a TA trader, 2220 is looking like a line. So right now, yeah,
You're going to get about a 2220 for today, as that is the resistance of that same descending, ascending movement, whatever.
oh no, yeah, no, I'm not saying no to you. My daughter's in here. She's like, "Do you want water? What do you want me to do with this?"
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
It just the wording was very brash.
Yeah.
Descending, ascending movement.
No. Yeah, no, I agree. So right now we're at 2203 pre-market. So 2220 is not really outside the realm of possibility today.
No, it's got to break and hold. That's the key.
Yeah, I'm gonna start taking the list down here, guys. So waiter, we want to talk about waiter today. We want to look at space in more detail. We want you guys just throw it out there. A wife ticker. I don't know that wife is a ticker. We could take a look. I don't know that anybody would get away with having wife as a ticker. Like, what company would be wife? Yeah, no, nobody.
I mean, there's hog.
Oof. um, is that comparative? Hog is wife.
Harley Davidson, but
Uh,
it's a great ticker for Harley. I mean, to be honest.
wife is a cleaning company. Yikes!
Oh, and see, now you're stepping the lines. Stepping the lines.
I mean, you could pair that with couch, because if you make that comment again, that's where I'm going to sleep. Is it worth it to take space weeklies? I cannot answer that question for you. I can only give you the due diligence. And that's a perfect time to start the stream off with a disclaimer. I am an utter degenerate, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, I've got comic books and toys and stuff, and I'm not a real trader. I don't have a three-piece suit, and I don't live at wherever, and yada yada yada. I am just a degenerate. This is not financial advice in any way. It is my opinion, and if you ever come in here and think that I'm going to give you financial advice, you're batshit crazy. But I will say this, Hronis, the due diligence on space is this. Typically, the trend on space heading into it, typically it goes to actually a Lambo. No, I got a Corvette down there. The due diligence on space is up to a launch, it goes up. After the launch, it goes down. Based off that due diligence, make your own decision. I don't know what your profit margins are. I don't know what your risk assessment is. I don't know any of that. So that's a decision you need to make. But the FA on space is into launch, go up. After launch, go down. I like to keep things basic. If you're new to this chat and you've never been here before, I am not going to give you some advanced, in-depth, super difficult insight into how stocks work. I'm going to give you some basic stuff. And I mean, really, it's up to you guys what you do with that information. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like basic, but for me, basic is profitable. So thoughts on T? So AT&T. Yesterday was kind of a big day for the communication sector. I'm not sure what it's doing pre-market here, but I think T is going to be a big player as we move into 5G. So I'll put it down. I want us to take a deeper look at it today. I'll add it to the list. Waiter, Space, T-Mobile, or AT&T. I do want to look at. I'll put AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon all together on a line. That way we can look at all of them. I guess we can take a look at the tip ranks, see how we're doing here, see if we are doing well or not. Guys, I do show my actual cash portfolio on stream so that you guys know that I'm legitimate. I'm not just paper trading. Here's my tip ranks portfolio. This is how I compare to other investors that are out there. So out of 190,000 real investors, I'm one degen in the bunch, and currently I'm ranked 61,000. Now this will update when the market opens, so keep my eye on it. I ideally would like to get under the 50,000. There's 81,000 at 25. Okay, so that's good to know. 87,000 at 25. Okay. So even if it breaks above 22, it may not run. Yeah, there's always a bit of that, right? Where I want it to go back down. Waiter actually is one that's happened. It's come back down where I didn't think it would, and I'm very excited for it. This is kind of cool news, guys, that Stubby, you see this? That Trump is getting his own town hall at the exact same time slot as Biden?
Or five head. So that's the time of the debates, right?
Yeah, so it's the same time as the debate would have been.
But it's they each have their own town halls.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of ratings.
Yeah, so it's essentially all the Democrat. Well, and here's the interesting part. How many Republicans do you think are going to watch Biden?
None.
None. How many Democrats do you think are going to watch Trump?
A few.
I think that, yeah. I would say a few more. Not. I don't know that I go as far as most, but
I was
way
say a few is anywhere between what 10 and 40%.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely not. I wouldn't go as far as most. I think most will watch Biden, but I think there's going to be a large amount that are going to watch Trump to tear him apart for sure. And NBC, 5 head on this. Great for their ratings.
What network is Biden on?
And Biden is on CNN, I believe.
Okay, so what you just said too, on top of that, is Trump is on a public network and Biden is on a private network.
Oh, CNN private?
It's cable package only.
Really?
Yeah, you can't get CNN if you don't have like a Frontier, Comcast, or DirecTV or anything like that. But you have.
Oh, I'm
NBC.
wrong. I'm corrected. ABC. Joe Biden will be on ABC, which is public.
I still would say the only rival to NBC would have been Fox.
Yeah. Can you imagine a Biden town hall on Fox?
No, not Fox News, just Fox Network. But
yeah.
Yeah, no, ABC versus NBC. I'd still take NBC. I'm partial to NBC anyway. At least in my area, their broadcasting quality is par none to anyone. I mean, it's so much better.
I mean, I'm interested here, guys. I'm going to run a poll. Let's see. Which new poll? Would you rather watch? And let's put in the options here. This one. All right. Polls up, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Waiter, we're going to touch on. I'm getting more and more excited for Waiter, actually.
I mean, if you look at the two candidates, Trump is must-see TV. I mean, anybody who's just wanting to see. I mean, it's like watching a car crash, even though that's what people's thoughts are. Biden will not be rattled. That's the difference.
Leon 1111, thank you for the follow, man. Much appreciated.
In my opinion.
Poll is up, ladies and gentlemen. Throw your vote in. I am very interested to see what you would rather watch. My personal lean is definitely going to be Trump. I would. I don't think Biden drops anything that is seriously going to rock a boat.
The only thing I will say this, the only thing I can think on the Biden case would be what is he going to get the question about packing the court? And what's
Yeah.
his response on the town hall? Not in an interview, but in the town hall.
I very much doubt. I think ABC is going to softball Biden. I think he's already preempted the question. Wow, we got a 50-50 split, Trump Biden. Oh, maybe it's not a 50-50 split. Hold on. I
No,
realized that
it's
there
a
was three options.
50-50 the split of Trump paint dry and Biden. So
Paint dry beat Biden. Wow.
there's your answer.
Wow.
Now the question is, if you could do a subsequent poll on that, is what is your stance politically? To see, are we really a lot of Republicans in here, or
I'm seeing a lot of people that are left. I'm seeing a lot of people saying I'm a Democrat. I'm from Australia. I wouldn't vote for Trump, but I'd watch him. I think this is the power of Trump.
like Handel said, he loves Biden not answering that question. I love it for Trump. Yeah.
Yeah, so do I. I think that that was the biggest foul up. I mean, since he said you're not black if you don't vote for him, right?
I honestly think the Democratic Party is just reeling at this point because with the Pelosi CNN interview, they're going to lose the whole filibuster concept with the Supreme Court judge. And then Biden is just going down the tubes as far as everything.
Well, and they were attacking. Yeah, the Democrats were attacking NBC this morning, saying, "Screw you, NBC! How dare you kowtow to the Republican Party?" And it's like, I don't know as the Democrats if I start attacking mainstream media. That's your only platform.
That was your one source, right?
Yep.
Did you see that thing where Biden said he was running for? Yeah, I think you were the one that told me that Biden said he was running for Senate or something.
Yeah. When he was discussing, man, when he was discussing what he was running for in this current election.
That was a month ago, wasn't it? Or was that again recently?
It was again recently. It made a headline in the past week. Somebody asked him, and he went, "Listen, when we're running for Senate, it's important for us to." And then he corrected himself. He's like, "For president." It's like, sign you are a career politician when. Yeah, I mean, nutty stuff. It's going to be a wild ride, though, guys. I think that this is going to be actually more productive than a debate would have been. I'm not opposed to this ongoing, actually, in the elections. I think a town hall is better served because you let actual people ask the questions, right? I like this model way better than two white dudes on a stage arguing with each other over everything you knew they were going to argue over. Let people ask them questions. I think that's a lot better.
Wasn't that the original platform before debates?
But yeah, before, well, I mean, debates have always been around, but I mean, this is why Republicans, for a large part, aren't huge fans of debates. This is why when you look at those who haven't attended debates, Democrats always attend to the debates because they love to bicker back and forth, but the Republicans are the ones that pull out of debates saying, we don't need to debate. You know what you're getting from us. I think town halls are a much more effective use of the time.
I watched an old debate on YouTube yesterday. It was Nixon versus Kennedy. That one was an interesting, just to seeing the platform and seeing how civil they were and everything.
What? Nixon passed on all of his debates.
No, he had a debate with JFK in 1960. I have to pull it up. I can't remember, but I did watch it.
Interesting. Yeah, because when I was looking up...
Let me get a reference.
Yeah, when I was looking at presidents that had passed on debates, Nixon was the one that came up both times in both of his elections. He had passed on debates. I'd love to see if he debated JFK. I would love to see that.
Yep, he did.
I live in right in between Ottawa and Montreal, just north of New York State.
Yeah, right here. Copy link address. I got the YouTube video. It looks like he did a few of them. But this one's a full
it's
hour.
Carrot. What's up, Carrot? All right, guys, we are going into the day. I will definitely take a look at that Nixon link because that's exciting. But I'll probably do that on my own time because I don't want to bore everybody with political stuff. That gets me excited anyway. No, you didn't come at the ending, Carrot. No, market is just opening. I'm not going anywhere. We are watching Space as we open, and Space comes in under 22 pre-market. It held it all morning, and then it disappeared. What's up, Jonos? Wow. Wow. Really not happy about that it just dumps below 22 as the market opens.
It's following the market movement right now.
Scummy scumbag market taking my tendies. ACRX is doing well, though. Flirting with that $2 line again. I very much doubt we see ACRX go back down to $1.60. I very much doubt it. We're heading into their earnings in November. Yeah, Space. Everybody in this chat wants this thing to go, so just stop being a dick about it and go, please. Thank you.
180 and I'll buy it up.
I mean, come on. Not cool. Not cool.
Hey, I said hello, buy it up, okay? It seemed to have a weird effect of like grabbing it at the worst possible time to where it'll just zoom. I'll grab a small portion and it just zooms up 60%. So.
No, nobody has asked me to look at OCX, so I can do that today. Ladies and gentlemen, right, like, this is exactly it. Space is a big old tease. It's like, oh, you want a little bit of this? You want to go second base? You want to? No, don't touch me there. I'm a good girl. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to play your games.
It's
over and over and
zone.
over. Yeah, it is. I feel like I'm getting friend zoned at this point with Space. I'm not a fan. So yeah, guys, if you have tickers you want me to take a look at and break out, give me the shout out. I've got Wader here, Space here, AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, OCX. If you have tickers you want me to take a look at and break down, I'm happy to do that. We're going to watch this for the first MFA. Yeah, I can definitely throw that in here. Shout out to all you folks over on YouTube. You guys can throw your tickers in as well, for sure.
Not my response to you, right?
On space levels, yeah, I saw it. I'm not a fan that there's a stop at 25. I wish they would just get it out of the way. Do I still see life in CYDY by the end of this week? If CYDY doesn't drop news by Friday, I'm out.
Right now.
Guys, Space is doing a whole lot of nothing, but I just got word that Fastly is rocketing. So let's take a look at Fastly. What the heck is going on there? Do you have DD on this? Why is it doing this? Did they get news?
Nothing about this. I've been following on it for like a month.
It's just a solid company. There's no imminent news as of today.
I don't know. It's up like 1,000% in a few months. So I don't know.
Web and application delivery. It serves customers operating in digital publishing, media, and entertainment. Oh, yeah, duh. If everybody's moving to online content creation, that just makes sense. Huh?
Is it? You think it's sympathy on what Disney's doing, seeing if other
Yep.
companies are going to?
Well, not just Disney, but the sequel to Coming to America just got bought up for 125 mil, going to Amazon Prime. Prime Video.
That's my point. Is seeing the big shift.
Yep. I think it's riding the shift. Holy crap! From 14 to 133.
5 ahead. We missed it.
Why from 14? From 11. It's up over 1,000%.
Oh, I didn't see it go to 11.
I'm okay with being in at 14 if that was the case.
Oh yeah, there it is at 11. 52-week range, 1063. Holy hell! And I wouldn't take a short against it.
Oh, no.
I wouldn't either.
Space said no and left. Oh, Pepe hands. Space, why you do this? Why you do this?
What was it, Quincella, whatever? No.
Yeah. Man, that's a dick move. 2165. Come on, Space. Why you gotta do me like this?
It's getting all the weak hands out.
It's still going down. It's supposed to have... it's supposed to go with the SPY. The SPY is going up. LPL is up 2.5 today. Is it time to make a play? Do I take the profit on LPL? It's not a lot, but it's a couple grand more that I could throw at something else. I think I am going to take profit on LPL.
Tesla's starting to take off a bit.
Okay.
I think 2% in the last 3 minutes.
I'm not going to fight you over a penny. Take the penny.
No,
It's yours.
But
okay, so that's filled. Got 1,000 in buying power. Let's go with 300 waiter. Slap the ask. Got the fill. Beautiful. Ooh, Wells Fargo.
they're down, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Come down to 20 for me, Wells Fargo.
Do they have earnings this morning? Yeah.
Yeah, they did. They were up almost $1 billion on revenue from consensus, but it's just not enough.
They got wrecked on last earnings too.
Yeah. Carrot iPix is my long bomb QB play. What's up, people love? Yeah, iPix is my long bomb COVID play. It's a 3-in-1 designation. How's Mattel doing? Mattel's got earnings next week. It's up a little bit. I don't think that they do well on this earnings. You don't see a lot of toy buying through summer. It's not traditionally a good season for it. So I'm actually going to wait on their earnings to be terrible. And then buy the dip, I think. Buy the dip will be the play. I have to update tip ranks here that I got out of LPL. Not bad. It was still a win. It wasn't a ton of profit. Verizon or Corning would have been the better play, I think. But now I know for next time, it's always good to learn and not take a loss, right? And then waiter, I need to change this position. 900, and my cost average is 346. Wells Fargo looks like it's about to break under 24, huh? I wonder how far it falls. Yeah, I'm going to throw that up on the big sheet, boys. We're going to watch Wells Fargo die.
Redemption, any interest in the yellows today?
You guys are hot mic, by the way. Do you want me to mute?
I don't care.
Not yet.
Okay.
I don't mind. I'm YOLOing QQQ calls for today.
Wait, you still have those queues from Friday, don't you?
No, I sold those. I just bought more.
Oh, okay.
I know some people are just like screw it whatever like I am, where I don't care if you guys see my portfolio because I enter and exit, and when I do, I just move faster than you guys do, so I don't care.
My account is not big enough to care.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing, right? I'm not influencing a market.
And further to the point, the equities that I work with, there's no way anybody's influencing those.
I suppose with something like iPix, though, it doesn't take much. Like you could influence iPix with $100. I'm pretty sure.
Things like that, yeah. Spy? No, I think I'm good.
WPRT's up, yeah, they're up 4%. They're doing well.
Why is it when we get a weird day, SWBI takes off?
Guns, baby.
I know, but I was in a swing and I got stopped out for a $10 loss. It wasn't bad, but it was just one of those that 2 more days I would have been perfectly fine.
Oh yeah, I should apologize to the billionaire in chat that is listening. My sincere apologies. Camp Park, also my sincere apologies. Thank you for the follow. I didn't give you that shout out, so thank you for that. I do appreciate it. By the way, guys, I love seeing like 90% of this chat is now subbed. You guys rock. Hopefully the tendies are flowing well for you guys as well. Disclaimer? Is that an insult? WPRT, LPL, Waiter, LAC, guys. This one's doing well. I'm pretty excited about this one. LAC is going to be my battery play moving forward. Anytime there is news from Tesla about batteries, LAC is what I'm going into. After Battery Day, this thing is just gone. I think we were saying September 2nd was the announcement. And so September 2nd, if you got in at 739, you would have doubled up. Since that announcement. That lithium mine in Nevada with its own water source is just, it's bank. It's money. Apple showing some signs of life. So guys, again, remember the trend on this was up to the day of the news, it buys up, and then on the news it goes down, and if the news was good, the following day it should rise again. If it was bad news, it should dive down even further. So this is showing to follow that trend. Had you got Apple, when did we know when the event was going to be?
It was, I think it was talked about 113 because I entered it around 115.
No, but like we knew what, October 1st, October 2nd?
That's why I think the price was 113.
Oh, okay, yeah. So October 2nd. October 2nd, we knew about the event. If you got in then, it went up to 124. You would have been able to exit and take that quick turn, and then it came down. It closed yesterday 121, so you could have taken the other direction, and then today it's already up again. So yeah, that rumor news thing is still showing some consistency as far as the pattern plays out. So that's interesting to watch, guys. If that's something that is of interest to you, you're not big on the earnings thing that is about to drop. Earnings season is a big deal, and that's all we'll be talking about next week, unfortunately. I'm not huge on earnings because I got burned so many times playing through earnings on things, but up to earnings apparently is a little bit more stable.
I was gonna say that was the mistake, Millennial. He played through earnings.
Yeah,
I got something for Millennial.
Ooh.
YEXT.
Yext?
Yep. I've never heard of these people. 2.3 million shares at 17.30.
What the heck? Okay, so let's find out what Yext is.
Yeah, when the candle before was 500 shares, and then 2.3 million the very next candle.
New York City technology company operating in the area of online brand management. It offers brand updates using its cloud-based network of apps, search engines, and other facilities. The company was founded in 2006 by blah, blah, blah. I don't care about that.
Healthcare, retail, financial services.
Based out of New York.
Do you guys want to guess how today is going to go?
Green.
Oh, this is an advertising company.
How green?
Where are we at on SPY right now? We are 351.47. I'm going to say 353 finish. Are the town halls tonight? They're tonight, right?
The 15th.
Oh, tomorrow.
Maybe I remember it was a 7:15:22.
Maybe not that green then.
I also think big green today.
I still think green. I'm gonna go 352 though instead of 353.
Oh, well, yeah, I think I figured it out. It's a so Yex was founded in 2006 as a local advertisement business. By 2009, it was generating $20 million in revenue after switching its business model to generate leads for customers through its pay-per-call model. In 2012, it sold its pay-per-call model, blah, blah, blah. So it's essentially an ad company. So
yeah, it's an ad play.
Event do we know? Yeah, so what event do we know of in the next 3 or so weeks that stands to gain that stands to benefit ad companies?
Yeah, it's almost like there's an election coming. If anything, that's confirmation on ETM for me. ETM is just getting tastier and tastier and tastier. I love that. It's just cooking.
The option on this sucks ass.
All right, guys. I'm going to start breaking down tickers. If you have tickers you want me to look at, I'm going to go ahead and do that. Before we do that, I just want to give a shout out to Restream, guys. They let me stream to YouTube. They let me restream to Twitch. They let me restream to all of these different platforms. And I am thrilled, absolutely thrilled that they let me engage with so many different audiences at the same time. It's done wonders for actually bringing viewers into Twitch, which I think is a huge part of why Twitch needs to consider really opening up that exclusivity thing. The more that people see how functional Twitch is and how engaged the chat is, the more that they use it. And I think Restream could be a big part of that. So shout out to Restream, guys. If you're not using it and you are a streamer, definitely check it out. Any thoughts on SWBI? SWBI does well on regardless of who wins into the election. That's my thoughts on SWBI. Guns do well into the election. Trump wins, you're going to need him. If Biden wins, he's going to try to take him. All right, guys, waiter. Let's start with that on the breakdown. I don't have my screen up. Sorry, go ahead.
So for ETM Millennial, do we know if they started doing the podcast things yet? Because I think the sooner they start doing that right now, the better. I honestly think it's where we're gonna make our money is the earnings play. I'd say the earnings call or whatever. But I want to know if they're starting to do the podcast now, because that was just the plan, right? And you know what I mean, plans. I don't give a shit about what your plans are. I care about what you say you're going to do in the intermediate.
What do you mean? Like, are the podcasts running ads?
No. Are the podcasts like the podcast plan that they're doing? Are they actually doing it now?
Yeah, that's what made them so appealing to me, is that they already had that in place. They've already done the podcasts. Yeah. Yeah, let's take a look at their podcasts. Oh man, they've got the 60 Minutes podcast.
Wait, go back. They were inviting Charlie and who? Are their podcasts going to be solely on Entercom? Because if they got the TikTok crowd, then they got the young crowd's attention and the hip new thing.
Charlie and Dixie, two chicks, global phenoms and sisters with nearly 200 million combined followers. Yeah. 24/7 sports coverage. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very good for Entercom.
Yep, they're already doing it. 350 plus sports recreation podcasts, 100 news and politics podcasts, and they're advertising this correctly too, right? They know that those are the two things that people are paying into right now.
God damn it! I wanted to put this money into ACRX, but I want to grab another 100 shares of ETM now.
I mean, both are solid. Like it's not. Why not both? But I'm in both. So you're still on rookie numbers with ETM. So I mean,
I'm
get on my level.
Getting it in a fragment.
Get on my level. That's all I can say.
Fine, I will add another 100 shares.
All right, guys, let's take a look at Waiter. All right, guys, here's the chart on Waiter. And when people are wondering what the heck is Waiter, Waiter was the first really huge win that I had on the year. Okay, so it got itself an icon. There's our little Waiter for all of you subs out there. You've got access to your Waiter. The deal with Waiter is this. It's one of the food delivery businesses out there, but it had a bit of a different model. While everybody was fighting over New York and LA and Chicago and Detroit, the major urban centers, Waiter decided to instead start where it was strong. It had Drew Brees as a sponsor. It decided that it was going to start small and build profitably city by city by city by city back in January. And then COVID happened and it decided it was going to expand into groceries from just restaurants. And then it was going to expand into booze. And now it's kind of all over the place and growing from city to city to city to city. And we're seeing really great growth from them. So what you see here are the earnings. First earnings, bam, shot up to 260 from 30 cents. Back down, next earnings, bam, 310. Down, back up, 550. Down, right? That's kind of my thought process on this, guys, is we are still going to be seeing Waiter perform. Yeah, I think that Waiter just does really, really well here. I'm glad I increased my position when I did today because it's already making a move. It's already making dollars on the day. So I'm okay with having $3,000 in there. Ideally, I'd like to get some more in, but we'll see. Store in Maine, absolutely. Store and Maine. But yeah, the thought process on Waiter is it is one of the few companies that is profitable. Waiter just got a 3% erection. It is erection season. Yeah, there's that pop-up. We came right back down, but I mean, I think it's going to be pretty solid. I think it's going to be a pretty solid stock into its earnings. Its earnings are in November, so I got to hold 2 weeks on it. But I'm okay with this actually. If I'm cycling every 2 weeks on plays, that's not terrible. It's not terrible. OCX, yeah, I can definitely. Yeah, I've got that on the list here. So Waiter's done, guys. We're gonna move on to space. On Novin, yeah, I'll add that to the list. Okay, so we're taking a look at space next. I'll pull up the big sheet here. So the due diligence on space, guys, my FA insights onto that. Let's pull up the 6 months. Actually, let's go the year. So for me, guys, when I'm doing FA, I always want to pull out to see if there's any trends and patterns. If I see things that are making these moves, I want to know why that is. Why did those stocks spike at those points? And we can very clearly see with space, there's a massive rise here and then another rise here. And then we're going into a rise here, okay? This massive rise was on pre-bookings for space flights. So we saw it run from, I mean, if you got in January, it would have been $11 and it ran to over 40. And then here, this bump here is on SpaceX launch. So this wasn't even their launch, and it rose to 25. Now that we're going into their launch next week, I think it's got a huge opportunity to run. Good morning. Martini's in the other chat now. So basically what I'm saying, and this is a pretty revolutionary idea that I take full credit on and came up with entirely. It's buy the trend and sell the news. It's a completely new concept, and I do have the Discord chat muted at the moment, so and none of them can give their insight as to whether that's valid or not. Fact check me if you want, but buy the trend, sell the news. It's a millennial special. Blader, ETM, I'll add that to the list. But yeah, with space launch next week, guys. That's where I think that's going. I should trademark that idea, shouldn't I? RSX. All right, so that's space. The next ones that we're going to look at, guys, AT&T. 5G was a big announcement on Apple yesterday. You see that did a whole bunch of bupkis on this. There's the drop. 5G talks back down. AT&T is pretty solid. T-Mobile, they are a 5G player, and they're going to continue to go. They had their Sprint merger as well this year, so that's what drove that. And then Verizon from March back up to the level that they were. I expect this to go up to 80-ish, in my opinion, on 5G news. So that's T-Mobile, Verizon. Again, with dividends, guys, I know that I'm a broken record on this, but literally that champions chart that I put out there, that is going to be my bread and butter for dividends. If I play dividends, if it's not on the champions chart, I won't play it. I am looking for companies that consecutively for 25 years have raised their dividends. If I'm playing dividends, I was looking at Telus' chart. T. Oh, yeah, T. Oops. AT&T. I mean, that's a year. They still haven't come back. And you see where my price target is, right? This is not my tool, guys. This belongs to someone else. But there's the link for the spreadsheet. It was updated as of the 2nd of October, so this is updated every month. Shout out to Justin Law. His email is here if you want to give him a shout out. And it's pretty amazing. Pretty great tool. And it's free. Nothing wrong with that, right? So yeah, that's my thought. 5G is the play on those. Oh, you guys haven't been able to see what I'm talking about, so here it is. That's the link. Updated every month. Yes. Yeah, AMC. I'll add it to the list. My immediate answer is yes, but I want to give more due diligence into that. Okay, up next, OCX. Liquid biopsies. All right, guys. Can I take a look at MFA? Yes, I can. So with bio stocks, guys, the first thing that you do is take a look at where it currently is and where it's been. So over the last year, it ran to 330. It's obviously been hit by biodegradation. It's based out of the States, so I'm okay with that. Did the news not update? I don't see any news here. What's the news on ONC or OCX? You can drop a link if you've got a link to it. But when we're looking at bio, guys, the important thing that you want to do is head to their pipeline. So go to their website. Every bio site looks pretty much the same. Investors, no, I want your pipeline. Where's your pipeline? Wow, this is the first bio site I've ever seen that does not have a pipeline. I guess they already have FDA approval. I don't see this market changing. That is big news. 94%. That's recognizable. That's a nice grab, Karen. That's a significant statistic. That's huge data. This is a strong play on this data. It will take a little while for the market to come to it, probably a 12-month play, but 12-month play, it's pretty solid. CDR, I'll add it to the list. But yeah, that's my thoughts on OCX with that news. That news hasn't hit the market publicly yet. So I would definitely, I mean, damn. Oh, it has. It's up 21% today on that. All right. Up next is MFA. So MFA, guys, is an REIT, MREIT, principally based out of New York State. This is just a steady dividend play. Its yield is 7-8%, paid quarterly. It's based out of New York. That market's not really going to fail, in my opinion, as far as real estate goes. It's just one of those areas that's going to keep going. So, yeah, MFA is a long hold. It's one of those boring stocks. You buy it, you hold, you buy it, you hold, you buy it, you hold, in my opinion. I don't think it's going to implode by any stretch of the imagination. Damn, 50 viewers. We broke that 50 viewer mark, guys. Started at the bottom, now we here. For all you guys that are new, if you're not following, I drop 2 streams a day, one pre-market, one as market opens. I break down the stocks that you guys throw out, as well as the news that I think is relevant on the day. So, do I think it'll drop again? No. I don't think. Short of a massive economic breakdown. Ooh, 4 pixels with that Twitch Prime sub. Thank you so much. You guys are not hot mic'd, so you guys are free to talk as insane as you would like. No. As soon as you popped in, I muted. Well, you tend to come in guns blazing on a Wednesday. It is F Wednesday. I don't doubt it. I get quarantined at least once a day. All right, IVR, guys, is up next. At LVR's dividends, Fury, I'm really starting to love having you around, man, because you are very clearly a hard dividend player. Okay, can I go live on the mic for Apple Colors conversation? Yes. Okay, we are hot mic'd. We are discussing the Apple Colors because that's really important. Invesco, as far as yield, is awesome, guys. It's awesome. That yield at 38% is crazy for 280. Mortgages are going to hurt though, so be very careful that this thing could get closed.
There was this services thing, maybe a couple more, maybe after 3 to 5 years, their Apple's dead. I don't know, because I've been noticing shit that Steve Jobs like would have never done that just ruins companies. He would say, and I think the Apple Colors is like another example of that shit. Like Johnny Ives, Johnny Ives leaving Apple is like Steve Jobs leaving Apple.
Yeah, Wozniak leaving Pixar, right? Or Wozniak leaving, not Wozniak. What's his name? It's the other guy that wears Hawaiian t-shirts. There's two guys that started Pixar, and one was like, "Peace, I'm out," and then from there it just was downhill. Anyway, Eisman, that's what it was. Yeah, I agree that you can't get something simple like matching colors down.
Well, it was tilting the shit out of.
Thanks for the follow. I am Vazu.
And Exile's like, there's not even color theory here. I can't do anything. I can't pick anything. And I started looking through all the colors, and I was just like, look at my little screenshot from last night. Let me see if I can go find it and post it.
GG Sant, thanks for the follow, man. Much appreciated. Long-term play on IVR. My issue with that is I see the mortgage industry declining, and I would look at where their mortgages are held. In a big way. If they're outside major urban centers, that would be okay. But if they're in largely real estate holdings in major urban centers, I would be very cautious.
No, thank you, ADHD. And yes, I saw that you put it in news. Or Lolo did. I need to go over it. Thank you so much, though, so that way it's somewhere where we can all find it. Okay, if you look at the screenshot, look at the blues. They're all different blues, right? And then there's like cool grays with warm grays. You can't match anything. You can't match the fucking rose gold. It's like you can't find anything that matches at all if you get the expensive stuff, which is crazy. Like literally, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
Look at that. It's forest green, so you can't even match the teal. There's nothing really.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
I mean,
but
what the fuck?
But keep in mind, Rita, what we saw yesterday, it wasn't about what Apple was putting out. It's about the other people that are working with them on peripherals, right? So they showcase Belkin, they showcase all the other shitters out there that are making their stuff for them. So in my mind, it's like, oh, you don't like the colors? Well, guess what? There's a secondary market. So go buy your peripherals. Oh, and we're cutting back on our carbon emissions because we're not providing you any of those peripherals. So just go buy them from everyone else. That just feels like that's what this is. Like you're going to go buy an iPad or an iPhone cover anyway. So just go do that. And you can make it whatever color you want.
I guess, but like literally like there was a report out that people who buy the high-end buyers of Apple shit don't put covers on things. Like
because they want the Apple logo, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They put clear cases or like the ones who buy the expensive ones. And that's crazy to me because that's the iPhone 12 Pro Max and that's the iPhone 12, right?
Yeah.
iPhone 12 Pro. If you go down to the iPhone 12, it all fucking matches. Except for the iPad. Then the iPad doesn't fucking match. But what kills me is I picked all the new products. So, yeah, maybe you can make an argument that they're transitioning colors because they're different generations, but like that shit doesn't. I don't know. It's just, to me, these are signs of the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I
Small
thought
mistakes that are
Apple.
indicative of something bigger.
Right. Like, to me, I thought Apple was in mainstream, and now I'm thinking that it's in neophyte mode. I thought it was at the end of mainstream, maybe hitting neophyte. Now I think it's crossed the bridge.
So for those of you that don't understand what she's talking about, that's a mass psychology, a cultural psychology concept that we played around with as far as adoption. So you would have innovators, early adopters, late adopters, mainstream, and then neophytes, like when grandma gets on Facebook, right? Once grandma's all about the iPhone, you know that it is no longer cutting edge. And I would agree. This is why I'm not hot to trot about Apple. And when I think Samsung was savage yesterday with that tweet of like, hey, welcome to the club. We've had 5G phones forever. It's just there's no network. So what you're doing isn't really that big of a deal because people can buy Android phones that now work on the Verizon network. Hooray. We've had them for a while.
That's been the argument, though, from the beginning for Apple. And they still, I mean, they've never had since the fucking iPhone came out, they've never had the most technologically savvy anything.
And I agree. I think the camps are definitely split. They are hard split of like, I'm an Apple person, I'm an Android person. But I would argue that the Apple base isn't growing day by day based off of what it's been doing. I don't think it's gaining market share. Yeah, can we get stats on that from somewhere instead of me just offering conjecture? Is there a way to look that up? Apple market share?
Well, they've been losing ground on iPhone. There's a way. I don't know about this year.
Yeah, global smartphone shipments market share. Q1 2019 12%, Q2 2019 10%, Q9 29 or Q4 2019 18%.
Can you do it by year? Year trends, I hate quarter.
Yeah, I'm just pulling this from the data. It's not giving me an annual. I'm just trying to see if anybody else is a clear outlier as, oh man, look at them. They're taking off.
iPhone or what product?
Huawei. Huawei looks like it's the biggest like consistent gainer. And Samsung has a decent market share as well. Huawei and Samsung, like Huawei went from being less than Apple to being equivalent and beating Apple almost every quarter. So for 2019, Huawei 2018, Huawei was losing to Apple. And then it picked up steam into Q4. And then 2019, it beat Apple every quarter except Q4. And then 2020, Huawei's beaten Apple both quarters so far. Samsung just holds really solid at that 20-21% kind of range. Apple right now is holding around the 12 to 14% range with periodic spikes up to 18. So, I mean, it's number 3.
I mean, the market share argument isn't even great, though, for Apple because they extract per person so much more money than other people do out of one person. Because, like, one person in Apple will buy a watch, a phone, an iPad, this, because they want to be in the walled garden. And now, maybe one of the HomePod minis, since you can yell at somebody from the freaking car to their house.
That was...
Which, by the way, I don't understand how they're not going to wake people up. Can you imagine at 8 a.m.? Hey, guys!
Can you imagine AJ when he gets his hand on that? Because you're in trouble. You're in trouble. It's gonna be pretty nutty, I think. Yeah. The pranks aplenty. Those 3 a.m. Siri, set an alarm for Martini at 3 a.m. saying "Gotcha."
So, oh my, oh god, I'm picturing it. Fuck, oh my god.
They still lead in profit
So
margins.
angry.
Yeah, Jacob's saying they still lead in profit margins. But what we're doing, guys, is like this is future stuff, right? So what we're looking at is, are we seeing signs of demise that are leading to a potential decline of Apple in years to come? Are they the lead innovator that they used to be? And I don't know that anybody would argue that since Tim Cook has taken control of Apple, that it has been the lead innovator in anything.
Well, he's not an innovator, he's an operator. That's what Tim Cook is good at. And he's gonna operate the hell out of Apple. But like,
Millennial, did you get word whether Prime Day, like how good Prime Day was, or no?
Not yet. Not yet.
I think
It's still on. It's still happening.
I think the information's already been pre-leaked.
Well, they only have 1 day of Prime Day. Prime Day is also today. It's a 2-day sale.
Yeah, but Millennial, yeah. So I think the number pre-leaked somewhere. Here's why. Other than YEXT, whatever. That's whatever. So XLY, you might step over a Canadian cannabis company for this, but it's actually the consumer discretionary sector spider fund that contains Amazon, Home Depot, McDonald's, Nike, Lowe's, etc., all these retail brands, right? So you got 1 million shares that printed in that. Then you have ONLN, which doesn't do a lot of like, I think the total days volume is only like 200,000 or so. 2.2 million shares on this thing at 70.24. We're currently below that, but top holdings include Amazon, Alibaba, Etsy, Stamps, Grubhub, etc., etc. So,
yeah, Prime Day sales of Amazon. This is as of 15 hours ago. Prime Day sales from this year, they are looking at it exceeding 9.7 billion, which is up 36 to 42% from last year.
I mean, people just got free government money, or must have been holding the free government money till now. But
this is the news. Numerator. According to data from Numerator panel, whose insights are based on more than 2,200 verified Prime Day orders as of 2:15 p.m. EST yesterday, the average Prime Day order this year is 45.83, and 2 in 5 households shopping Prime Day have already placed 2 or more orders, bringing the average household spend to roughly 76.88. Additionally, 30% of consumers surveyed by Numerator reported purchasing holiday gifts on Amazon, and 47% bought items that were included in the Prime Day deals. So this is the data from Numerator driving it.
Just checking, but do you guys know that Prime Day is today too?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's not done yet. But yeah, this Numerator data from the first day is what's driving it, I think.
So
I can definitely check E and B.
They leaked the numbers already, because this person they took 10 times what is normally fixated in this one thing. I should actually look at options on this thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's outside my price range, but yeah. Back to Apple. I don't know if there's much more that I need to say on it other than I agree with you, Martini, that I think that you are in the neophyte stage with that until they come out with a massive innovation. So I know that they've been dabbling with self-driving vehicles, but until I see a major push forward on that, and like you said, Tim Cook is not solid on the innovation side. He is definitely more of let's stay the course. Let's not rock the boat. I think that you need to start getting somebody in there that's willing to rock the boat again. And I don't think that.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't think Apple has the cojones to do that.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it's not like you don't make money on neophyte companies. You know, You can. The problem is when it hits the backstage of the neophyte, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's always money to be made, but for me, there's more gains in finding the innovator that's up and coming than there is trying to play the neophyte into death. Right? If I see signs that we are nearing neophyte, well, we are in neophyte and we're preparing demise, either you're looking to short Apple, in my opinion, or you're looking to, and we're talking long out, guys. I'm talking that you're watching Apple for demise over the next 5-10 years, not in the next 2 weeks. I say Apple's going to die. I'm talking the next 5-10 years. You're going to see Apple decline out of relevancy unless it starts innovating. Yeah, I guess that's just my 2 cents on it. I think that there are enough players out there that are new players in the industry, that there's room for innovation, and those that innovate more rapidly and effectively are going to take up market share faster and faster and faster. If you had said Huawei to me, 2 years ago, I wouldn't have any idea who the hell you're talking about. And now they have a larger market share in the phone market than Apple does. And I understand the argument of, well, they don't, they sell phones. They don't have a tablet. And they don't have a yada, 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 yada. Yeah, right now. But a company that's willing to innovate and take that kind of market share from the market, I don't know. Yeah, similar to Nokia, similar to BlackBerry, right? You just keep offering the same thing year after year after year after year. All right. See what happens. In other news, just briefly, SPAC will hold a special meeting on October 28th to vote on the combination between Spartan and Fisker. So for those of you that like EV plays, there's the rumor. October 28th, SPAC, SPAQ. Which is wonderful timing, because I will be able to exit my space calls and still get into a SPAC play, which I definitely will be making a point of doing.
What SPAC are you buying?
SPAC.
What? There's a SPAC named SPAC.
Yeah.
You're fucking kidding me.
No.
Oh God. I'm sorry, I cursed. Is your mature rating on or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah, mature rating is on. People are forewarned coming into the channel that it is F Wednesday. SPACception. Yeah, it's a SPAC named SPAC in the EV world. So for me, guys.
You've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I won off this ride. What the?
Now, the FA on it is actually quite good. Fisker is well known in the automotive industry for vehicle design. He has really solid cred, and their EV, he's come out right away and said, "I'm not looking to compete with Elon. That's not the name of the game. What I'm trying to do is create a vehicle that I think brings something that the current offering from Tesla doesn't. Something different. That's what I'm looking to bring. I'm not looking to bring something that's going to compete with Elon Musk. Don't look at me for that. I'm going to do something different. And if you want something different, it'll be here for you." And so I really like that approach. It tells me that he's been in the industry, that he's like, well, I'm not going to, I'm not going to try to beat Elon Musk. Why the hell would I do that? So November monthlies at 15 are currently 210.
You do realize he's blown up twice, right?
Musk or Fisker?
Fisker.
Yeah, but this is by the rumor. This is I'm not long holding a SPAC in the EV sector, right? This is me on the day. Either the day up to it or the day of, I would exit my position. Fisker is trying to use VW's MEB. What's an MEB? I don't know what that is. EV folks, anybody want to educate me? MEV? What's an MEV? WGD, given the timing of this play, I would potentially look at both options and equity. Rip Spy, Rutro. Rutro. She's going down. Taking
Good. My Apple sell the news play is doing better.
You see what Wells Fargo did for me today, Martine? The SPAC options are not terrible. 210 for next strike is not awful. It's a modular. Okay. Bitless, I think that you are much smarter when it comes to either automotive or EV or both than I am. When you say modular platform, I have no idea what that is. Like, what is a modular platform? Store is coming up. Store is 2 stocks away. I will be. Is AMC on its way to $1? I've got AMC on the list too. We're gonna look at that. A fuzz. I don't think so. I don't think it goes to $1. I think it goes lower, but I don't think it goes to $1. Expect an offering from AMC very shortly, though. I guess I can educate myself. I don't have to sit here waiting for Twitch to teach me. What is a modular platform in regards to EV? Modular electric drive matrix, Volkswagen. They made it sound super sexy. Okay, so it's the bottom of the car. So the basic interpretation, anytime anybody wants to talk about the MEB, it's the bottom of the car. It's the guts and the brain. Okay, they want to use Volkswagen's guts and brain in their car. So Fisker's just going to build a body on top of Volkswagen's technology. All right. I guess I don't even need to know that, because the reality is I'm not playing the tech. I'm not playing it long term. It would be a buy the rumor, sell the news thing into the vote. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right.
Oh my god, that leading industry thing works so well. Did you see that this morning?
I did not. Ooh, Hillian closed today. I wonder what that's going to do. That Hillian and Shell have combined. It's HYLN. It's up 7% already today. For you EV nut jobs out there that love your EV.
Check the
SWBI is next here, guys. So SWBI, guys, the thought on Smith & Wesson is this. Headed into the election, Smith & Wesson, they stand to do quite well. If Trump wins, expect more protest rioting and people are going to look to protect themselves. If Biden wins, expect him to try to take people's guns, and in turn, people are going to buy more weapons. That's the basic DD on Smith & Wesson. 25 over 12 months might be it. Yeah, space into SPAC. Space into SPAC, into waiter, into... I mean, like, the chain is just going to keep going here because we're into earnings season. I will be right back, guys. It's been a little bit here. Shout out to Restream. Give me like 30 seconds here. Definitely need a walk-on break. I'll be right back.
cough was mucusy, so I didn't think it was it. But
So
whatever.
confirmed on stream, Martini has dengue fever. I'm happy to hear you don't have COVID again. See, guys, you can't catch it twice. Proven.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
Wait, you don't immediately have dengue fever if you don't have COVID? That sounded like such sound medicine. Do we have a doctor in chat that can confirm that you don't officially have dengue fever?
I don't know, but these people wrote me a note saying that I should retest in 3 to 5 days. Oh, would you like another $150? That's nice of you.
We really recommend you come back and take this expensive test again because the results were probably wrong. Oh, good. Here, quick. Let me get my wallet out and flip you the bird. Spy dead. How dead is the spy?
Treatment is still free.
No.
So,
I don't know. Was the treatment for COVID ever free?
Yes, it's supposed to be covered. Everything's supposed to be covered if you have health insurance in the US.
Oh, that's what you mean. Covered free through your health insurance.
Right. The bill went in when one of the initial bills went in. It went in with a rider saying healthcare has to cover it at no cost. After all the $1,000, $10,000 bills, the legislature got together and was like, "Yeah, no, this is not happening."
So Yura, what we've learned today is when you ask me, what do you think about the spy? And I tell you, I think it's going to be a green day. You inverse me. Because, damn.
Yeah, good.
If we post below 349.50, I think it might be a good short, YOLO short, because 346.77 and 349.83. That's the range I'm looking at.
It's not stopping.
Yeah, it looks like I'm going to be down $800 today that I didn't need to be. Oh, well.
Yeah, it does look good for that.
Oh, you were sleeping earlier, Martini. So Trump 5 had played the debate scenario again.
What did he do?
NBC is going to be hosting a town hall with Trump at the exact same time slot as Biden's town hall. So 2 separate networks are going to be having town halls, one with Biden and one with Trump at the exact same time. Biden's on ABC, Trump's on NBC. And the immediate Democrat response was boycott MSNBC, boycott NBC. So the Democrats are continuing to throw shade at mainstream media. Their last bastion of hope heading into this election.
I don't like the 346 options reader because like that's just basically way below my marker. But I mean, I wouldn't mind taking this right up to at the money. I know it's best when it goes in the money, but taking something out of the money, 2 standard deviations out, going to at the money is okay. I'm okay with that. All right, fuck this. I'm gonna go make breakfast. I'll be back. Hopefully, it doesn't move before then.
Yeah, WGD. That's why I'm saying it's 5 head. Oh, 54 viewers. We're doing it, boys. Started at the bottom. Now we're here. Yeah, shout out to all you guys dropping all the follows. I know I'm really crappy at that. I'm a boomer as far as keeping track of all you guys dropping follows and subs and stuff. Huge shout out. I do definitely appreciate it, but I suck at keeping track of all that. So shout out to you guys. But yeah, it is 5 head by Trump. It is. It's absolutely 5 head because and I mean, we went over the poll earlier in the day, but who here is watching the Biden town hall over the Trump town hall? Anyone? Nobody? Okay, cool. Like, that's it. The Republicans are not going to watch Biden. They don't care. They don't care what he has to say, so they're not going to watch. The Democrats can't get enough of crapping all over Trump, so they have to watch. Trump agreed to do a town hall at the exact same time slot as Biden. So now there's no debate. There's two separate town halls on two separate channels. So you have to choose, do you want to hear what Trump has to say or what Biden has to say? And when we ran the poll this morning, the three options I gave people were, do you want to watch Trump, paint dry, or Biden? The stats came in as follow. 50% for Trump, 34% for paint drying, 13% for Biden. Go store, but that's exactly what I'm getting at, is the people that love Trump will watch Trump, and the people that hate Trump are going to watch Trump. With Biden, the people that really love the Democrat Party, I don't know that anybody could say that they really love Biden, but anybody that really loves the Democrat Party is going to watch Biden, and anybody that hates Biden doesn't care. They just aren't going to watch. It's not going to affect the election. Well, we'll see about that. We'll see. We'll see what he has. I bet you Spy opens green on Friday morning.
Am I still hot mic'd?
Yeah, you want me to not? You want me to turn it off?
Well, I don't know. It's your stream. You do what you want. I just want to make sure that I don't rant.
I'm happy for you to rant. My viewer numbers go up when you rant.
Okay. What is it? Just gonna turn into piss martini Rita off? Okay. Alright.
Listen, if I wanted to piss you off, I'd say that Netflix is total garbage and nobody should own it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if I wanted to piss you off, that's what I'd say. Okay, so we've got the 538 prediction on the election here. 538, guys, is somebody that's probably out of all of it looking fairly solid. They're predicting that this was updated 5 minutes ago. So the issue that I've got with a lot of these Biden wins is that they're claiming states that I don't think necessarily are going to Biden. Like these wins, they're claiming Florida, they're claiming Michigan, they're claiming Pennsylvania. Those are swing states, and I don't think so. What did they predict for Hillary, Trump versus Hillary? Hillary 71% chance to win. Is there one that shows? Look at this. Look at this Biden win prediction. They think that Biden gets everything except the Midwest. Does anybody believe these? Texas? That Texas goes blue?
It's possible.
No way.
Man.
Those are just scenarios. You just need one of them to happen and Biden wins. Okay. So then by that logic, you just need one of the Trump ones to happen and Trump wins. Is that crazy? All right. So here are the actual polls. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, I've literally observed people voting for blue when, they're infighting about the stimulus that's coming and that person is unemployed. And I don't get it because I don't know. So I think it could swing the other way. I don't know. So I'm observing that people's opinions are very interesting on this go around.
So headed into the last election, guys, When I go to 538, what I like about it is that I can adjust the poll metric to exclude anything under an A ranking as far as the quality of the poll. So you remove a lot of the biased polls out there, like Rasmussen, that's very clearly right, and CNN, which is very clearly left. And it gives you a bit of a better understanding. It also tells you likely voters versus registered voters, which is important to note. Now, Hillary was looking at a 71% chance of winning, which would have been like a 20-point lead. Is that right? 20, 21, 22-point lead. So right now, Biden's holding at best a 10-point lead out of the Northeast. I think these numbers have to seriously start picking up.
So, question. When was the last time polls gave any kind of indication as to what the numbers for an election were?
Clinton? Not Hillary. Bill.
Yeah.
Bill.
So I don't know how much I trust like polls.
No. Polls did not have Bush accurately predicted. Gore was the favorite in that election. Looking back, we all think that Bush was the favorite because he won. He was not the favorite. Well, it's got all of them here. This is kind of cool. Yeah. So right before the election, oh no, I stand corrected. Bush was the favorite, 48-46. And the actual election results was 47-48, but Bush still won, even though he lost. Bush and John Kerry, Bush had it was a 49-49, and Bush took it. Obama McCain, it was 53-42, and the polls were 53-45. So that one was pretty accurate. Obama Mitt Romney, it was 49-46, and it ended up being 51-47, so that was pretty close. Trump.
That's surprising.
Yep. Trump Clinton. Oh yeah, here it's just saying it was a 4% gap. 46-42 for Clinton. And ended up being.
Do they have a confidence interval with each one? I mean, are these 80% guesses or 97% guesses? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, they've got the differences between actual results. It's about 4%. The last election, Trump was up 4% over prediction. Hillary was up 2%. The independents, Jill Stein and Gary Johnson, were down from what was expected. What's of note here, though, is Trump, well, he got 46% of the popular vote, won the Electoral College, right? So, guys, yeah, I just want to throw this out here. Here's my take, my hot take on what's happening with this election. What's going to happen is we've had the Democrats pumping mail-in ballots for months. That's programmed into Democrat voters' heads right now. The Republicans have been saying, go to the polls, go to the polls, go to the polls. What's going to happen is we have a Supreme Court justice that's going to be appointed Friday. We will have a right-leaning Supreme Court. What we will see happen is, with no stimulus budget going in to help the USPS manage this influx of mail-in ballots will get lost. They will not get counted properly. They will not get to where they need to go. And it will take weeks and weeks and weeks of counting. And we will see something very similar to the Bush-Al Gore election, which was we had a contested poll as a result of the count in Florida. And it took a while to get through it. It took a while. It took 2 weeks, I think, 2-3 weeks for them to figure it out. And there's no way that all these mail-in ballots are getting counted in that time. There's no way. It's not possible. Even the Democrats have conceded that it's not possible. So what's going to happen here is believe that all the Republicans need to do is continue casting doubt at these counting stations and saying, hey guys, there's ballots here that has the same name twice. This person's dead. This person's that. I want to recount because of this. I want to recount because of that. They just have to cast doubt long enough. On the night of, the numbers are going to show for Trump, I think, because there's less mail-in ballots, okay? I think that on the night of, actual registered ballots as of the night are going to show that Trump has the victory. He's going to claim the victory, which is crucial. If he claims the victory on the night of based on the numbers, what's going to happen is the following weeks we will do the actual counting, and it'll be back and forth, and people will be mudslinging, and we expect that to happen. But ultimately, what happened back in 2000 even was the Supreme Court had to make a ruling. They said we are in a time where the U.S. needs to have a president. We need somebody running the country. We need to make a ruling on this, and they ruled in favor of the president who showed the win on the night of, and that was Bush. Now, a few weeks later, when the ballots were actually recounted, Gore won, but Gore didn't get the presidency because the Supreme Court had ruled in favor of Bush. That's the play. That's what I think is going to happen. I think the Supreme Court is going to once again hand the presidency to a Republican. Now, that's my opinion, and I know, like, don't buy into that. That's just me as a crazy Canadian, right? I'm not even an American. I'm a completely batshit crazy Canadian. But that's how I see this playing out. Anybody tell me if that's super crazy? As far as crazy product placement goes, guys, I don't get a percentage on this. Maybe I should contact the company to get one, but these things here, they're meant to keep your coffee hot, but I use them for candles instead, so you don't actually burn the candle. You just put the candle on this thing, and it doesn't ever get smaller. The candle just stays. How do you become a Canadian citizen? You start looking for some sweet Canadian bacon. Why exactly don't they want to fund the USPS to properly count all the votes? Well, the Democrats tucked that into their giant "we want everything for Christmas" bill, and they asked for $25 billion for the USPS. Yeah, free candle hack. Not only do I give you election insight, I give you free candle hacks. What? Somebody yelled at me space over on YouTube. Is it dying a terrible death? No, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. I think both parties are preparing. I think they're preparing in a different way. I think the Democrats are preparing for we have to wait, we have to wait, we have to wait, and the Republicans are preparing to already, like, the second the polls close, the second the not the polls, what are they called? What do they call those places? Man, I hate it when that happens. Anybody know what you call those voting stations? The booths? The voting booths close. Expect Trump to declare victory. Like, right away. He will be live the moment those booths close, going, I am the president of the United States of America, ladies and gentlemen. And then 3 weeks of mudslinging. Get your DGLY, get your Smith & Wesson, get your, like, 3 weeks of insanity. And as soon as the Supreme Court rules, get ready for your stimulus, because the next week that crap is dropping. Election's done, get the stimulus done. That's my short 20-minute rant on how I see American elections playing out. STOR is up next, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at STOR. I want to get through this here. It is already 10:50, so store capital, real estate. Yeah, again, real estate, guys. You got to see what they own. If it's real estate, Fury, I hope you're still here with Store. With real estate, you have to really go into their holdings and find out where their holdings are. If their holdings are largely around major urban centers, I would stay away. If they're largely in a specific center like LA or New York, then you're okay. If they're in urban or if they're in rural or semi-rural areas, suburbs, you have a better chance of good returns. Yeah, I mean, if Trump on day of election pulls off a mask and is an alien, that would complete 2020, I think, in my mind. All right, that's my thought on Store, guys. If it's real estate, that's where I'm at with it. Main Street Capital is up next. Main. Equity capital to lower middle market companies. So this is debt offerings to struggling mid-sized businesses. Waiter.
Well, the CDC came out with a report today that 60-ish% of people who went to a restaurant of the people that were infected with COVID across the nation, 67% of them went to a restaurant.
All in waiter. Can I turn Martini up? Yeah, definitely. Just understand that Rant Martini is a lot louder than like Quiet Calm Martini. So let me know if it gets too loud, okay?
Yeah, when bitch gets loud.
I didn't say it, you did.
I know, I thought it'd be funny.
I read it wrong. Somebody's like, can you turn Margarita up? And I'm like, I just assumed it was Martini. Clip it and ship it.
Was it Friday? Sorry, are we drinking margaritas? What?
Yeah.
He said margarita instead of martini.
Yeah. But he corrected himself. He learned it. Clip it, ship it. That's right. When the bitch is back, the volume goes to the roof. That's how we professionals like to do things, right? By the way, none of us are professionals. All of us are degens. Even all the people that you're listening on Discord. And anything that they say is also covered by the disclaimer of they are all degens. None of them are professionals. Don't even pretend like they are.
I don't know about that.
Oh, Hitch. Sorry. Hitch is a professional. But he's still a degen for now.
Okay.
He has a profession, yes.
He's one of them classy private equity bitches now. He's too good for us. Come on. You know we never going to see Hitch again as soon as he gets into his job. What'd you miss? You missed my 5-head tinfoil hat thoughts on what the election is going to do.
Well, I've heard that every day. I meant the market.
She's not loud, just passionate. Oh, the market? Yeah, it's F Wednesday.
Yeah, I see that little heartbeat pattern we're getting.
Yeah. F Wednesday goes, oh, you guys want to play me today? How about this? I play you. How do you feel about that? Bite down on the pillow because I'm coming in raw. That's funny? Exactly the spy on Wednesday.
I had a line of where it should reject for the day.
Did you get rejected?
I just don't trust my lines yet.
I never trust lines. They're too sketchy.
They are. They're one of those 50-50 plays if you get good at them. But still.
I don't trust lines that you draw yourself. You guys laugh, but like if you use like actual math to have it draw lines for you, it's a lot more reliable than just ballparking lines.
I don't disagree. That's why I said it's a 50-50 play.
I mean, this was kind of cool. This is one that I hadn't seen before. Is this probability range? I've never seen this on TD until yesterday when I started playing around with it. But like it gives you this probability range that it thinks it's going to play based off of price history, I guess. And I don't know everything that goes into it, but it's like, well, this
is that the auction analyzer?
No. This is on the chart itself. You can go in here. I'm showing it on stream. You can go into.
Hold on, give me two. There we go. I see.
You can go into in-graph indicators and just throw any of these indicators directly onto your graph, and it's got two different probability ranges. And then it shows you here kind of That's where it thinks it's going to go.
Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cool. Like that's pretty reasonable what it's got there as a channel.
Reasonable? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Now, if we're just going to get to draw lines wherever we want, I think Waiter's going to go to here because I drew a line.
It's 50-50. Some point in history.
Man, if that's 50, well, yeah, you see way back here, Waiter was worth like $12, and I think it's worth more than that now, so I'm going to draw my line right there. Here's the peak of where it was, right? Come on, why? Yeah, there. So here's the peak of where it ever was, and I want to be reasonable about it. And so I think right now to say 1350 is reasonable, that's the line I'm going to draw. Not all-time highs, but, you know, we'll get there. We'll be pretty close. Again, guys, disclaimer can't be posted in chat enough because I'm not being serious at all. And if you think the TA is anything that I ever play in, you're wrong. Welcome to the channel. I don't do TA. Draw your own lines. Next, still a couple more to get on down this list here, guys. You guys gave me a ton today. Novin is a pump.
When did this happen? So Kaylee tweeted, watching ACB completely shut down Democratic presidential nominee Kamala Harris is gratifying to watch. Less than a week after Vice President Mike Pence did the same. I want to see this.
Ooh, link.
I'm just looking at the tweet. I don't know if there's a link or not.
I mean, in my mind, and the Democrats were all over on this. Like, she's not taking this seriously. So yesterday, the questions that they were asking her, they had, you look at these Democrats and they showed up with these massive binders of legal nonsense to quiz her on, right? Like, what is the definition of this after this court case? And what would you do with this and this and this and this and this and this and all of this legal precedent stuff, right? And she's sitting there answering all their questions. Like, well, what would you do if somebody forcibly made somebody vote one way or the other? She's like, the way that being a judge works is one side presents a case, the other side presents an argument to that case. I then look at precedent, confer with the other judges on the panel, whether it's the appellate court or the Supreme Court, and then we come to a conclusion. I write my opinion, publish that, and then we vote as judges on what the outcome of that should be. That's how the process works. So I can't actually give you an answer to your hypothetical situation because you haven't presented a case, a counter argument. I don't know what precedent I'm supposed to look at. I can't answer that question because it's a ridiculous legal question. So the answer to your question is no. Like there is no answer to the thing that you're asking. And then at the end of the day, the last Republican to go goes, listen, I got a ton of books here and notes, and I'm not a lawyer, and I'm trying to look at all this and figure out what's going on. What kind of notes have you been using to answer all of these questions that you've been getting bombarded with? I see that you don't have a lot on your table there. He's like, oh, you got a little notepad there. Can you hold that up and show us what's on there? And she holds up the notepad, and it's empty except for the letterhead at the top that says the Senate of the United States of America. She's like, that's it. He's like, so you have been answering all of these questions about past cases, your opinions, your previous rulings. All of that has been directly off the top of your head. Yeah. And like immediately the Democrat side was like, she's not taking this seriously at all. And in my mind, I'm going, do you know what that's like to be quizzed on all of your rulings from the past decade and being able to recall them off the top of your head? That's nuts. If you asked me, hey, Millennial, what were your calls last Monday? I couldn't tell you.
Millennial, what'd you eat for breakfast today?
I didn't.
What did you eat for lunch yesterday?
Guys, actually, here's the perfect example. If you ask me for my notes today, right? Millennial, what are your notes as a DGen today? I've got 2 pages of notes just from today. That's because weed's
What are
legal in
notes?
Canada. That's fair. I thought you were going to ask me what's writing. Give me that boomer
That too.
moment. You write things down? Like with a pen? I'm not going to go too deep into Novin, guys. That's a Covidiot. That's the play on Covidiot. ETM, guys, is the... Sorry, I'm going to mute myself so you guys don't have to listen to me jabber here. ETM, guys. ETM, the play on ETM is its ad spend into the radio space. ETM has declined in a big way. But with ad spend into the election, it stands to do fairly well. It hasn't recovered really from COVID. It fell to 81 cents from over 4.50. I think headed into the election, we can see ad spend go up nicely, and their quarterly results should reflect that. So I see the opportunity to double up. Avurus, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. But that's ETM. So it's an ad spend play into the election, into next earnings is kind of where I sit on that. One of us. Google Gobble, one of us. You should check the cane sales, though. They've got some pretty sweet canes on sale. All right, guys. AMC, what are your thoughts?
I think it's going to be the next blockbuster.
You think it's done? You think the grave?
I don't think the leadership in place can adapt. If they can't have the model that they want, they'll go down.
Bloomberg reported last night that AMC is considering a bankruptcy filing.
Oh, I'm getting in now.
On the bear or the bull?
On the bull. Look what happens every time somebody declares bankruptcy.
They haven't done it yet.
Hurts to the moon.
Yeah, they haven't
That's
done
what I'm
it
saying.
yet.
Get in now.
They're down 7% on the day.
No, I just don't feel like AMC through this whole thing. Oh, we'll just wait and we'll do business as normal. They didn't think about any adaptation to make money.
So AMC, as of October 9th, has reopened 494 of its 598 theaters with 40% seating capacity. It's actively in dialogue with officials in California, Maryland, and New York that are the holdouts on some of the theaters. Company says its cash burn rate and the existing cash resources will be gone likely by the end of this year or early 2021.
Their options aren't exactly too bad priced. A January $5 call is only 31 cents.
What does Stock Twits have to say about AMC? Sentiment down 13%. There's a lot of people that are saying short-term bearish, long-term bullish. They think that the government's going to swoop in and save them. Who are the other players in that sector? AMC,
Cinemark.
Yeah, I think I like Cinemark better. Cinemark's $8, and they're not talking about banking. And I think the stimulus will be for the sector, not specifically for AMC. I think Cinemark I like better. AMC is owned by a Chinese firm? Oh, I don't know that China lets AMC fail then.
IMAX is another movie theater stock.
Yeah, I Cineplex Odeon is not something I'm going to touch. I am not playing Canadian stocks. I think that's what Stoby was getting at there, Jacob, is IMAX is a play that allows you to play kind of IMAX technology for home as well as theaters. I think I like Cinemark more than IMAX, though, just because of the price point.
Well, mine is just you brought the question up a few weeks ago or days ago. It's just movie theaters in general. Are we shifting completely away from that? Is the experience of going in a theater, buying food, overpaying for all that crap, worth it in going to survive?
That's true.
You're not going to movie theaters because you're paying for the experience. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
And until we can actually have that experience, i.e., full theaters, companies aren't going to make any money unless they try to branch out and do other things. Why didn't they do pop-up drive-ins? Things of that nature. I mean, look at the Tesla battery day. Basically a drive-in. Now, as a family and stuff like that, and only having one kid, so it's a bit cheaper, I still rather go to the movies than watch a movie at home. There's too many distractions at home, too many things. I like the big theater sound and feel.
Yeah, we gave up taking the whole family to theaters a long time ago.
Well, you have a bit more of a village than I do.
But we definitely, I still go one-on-one, like my eldest daughter's birthday. She wanted to go to the theaters and see Empire Strikes Back. And we went, and we were literally the only ones in the theater. Side-eye is dying, by the way. 319. I think if CYDY falls to $3, I'm out. She's getting confirmed. It's not a question of if she gets confirmed. She's going to be confirmed. The Republican-controlled Senate is going to pass her through. Question period ends today. Conversation will start tomorrow. The vote will go through Friday. She will have confirmation. We still have so much time before the election that Democrats at their best cannot filibuster for 3 weeks. She's going to get approved. Now, when she gets confirmed, my thought process on the election is that Trump takes the election by Supreme Court win. Can't park. That's kind of my thought on it. I haven't heard any news on Side-Eye. I should definitely take a look, though, seeing that I've got some cash in it here. I may just have to bite the bullet and take a $1,200 loss on it, unfortunately. No news there. There is Cytodyne news here.
Does somebody have the investing week? Not investing week, sorry, earnings week calendar readily available? If not, I'll go look it up. I just didn't know if somebody in Discord's got it.
There it is. Well, I mean, there's Earnings Whisper. That's one specific one, but you can just go back to the week.
Yeah.
COVID or China virus, it doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter what you call it at this point. It's killing people, and you got to come up with a solution. But Cytodyne news, guys, is that they're getting approval for it in the Philippines to start actively treating, and that we're expecting by the end of the week data on its initial phase 3 trial results. So if these phase 3 trial results come in and they're fantastic, then we are to the moon on side-eye. And if not, then we're out.
Stocky has an earnings channel, and somebody posts the calendars every week.
Yeah, that image is easier to use for sure.
That's what
Yeah.
I was looking for. I'm trying to find out the banking stocks because I have a feeling as more and more roll in, I don't know. My sentiment is the market's going to go down a bit.
Do I use any specific apps for news plays? Seeking Alpha, I like to get a lot of news from. The other thing that I like to do is this tool here. You'll see it. You guys can't see it on my browser, but there's a tool I use called Feeder. Feeder.co allows me to set up RSS alerts for everything. So you'll see here I go to Cytodyne, I go to news. I go down here, I create an alert, I show the options. I want it as it happens. I want it from everywhere. I want English. I want United States. I want all the results. I want it sent to an RSS feed. I create that alert. And then I go here, and it pops up this option for me to subscribe to the feed. And now this extension, it's a Chrome extension on my browser. I can just go in there and click on Cytodyne, and it's going to pull all of the most recent news on whatever that is from all the different forums and everything else. So that's kind of the other thing that I use.
To be the one charged, and Kyle will likely walk.
Well, that's going to be a riot. Where are you seeing that? Do you have a source for that?
First shots from behind Kyle Rittenhouse during the fatal incident in Kenosha has been charged. Joshua Zeminski, 35, charged with disorderly conduct and dangerous weapons. And use of a dangerous weapon for firing his weapon during an incident on August 25th.
Where do you have a link? That's big news. Do you have a link for that, Redemption?
Hang on, let me grab it. It's from the Gateway Pundit.
That's big news. If Rittenhouse walks, which I think he should, I think that case was clear-cut self-defense.
They were coming after him, of course.
When they played that video, I think it was Wall Street Journal that put out the breakdown on it. When they played that video, I counted 8 or 9 people chasing him, beating him, kicking him. One guy had a gun pulled on him. Like, that's sorry. Not even sorry. As a Canadian, I am not even sorry. When you have got 9 people,
to kill him, yeah.
Yeah, you got 9 people coming at him. No way.
And it was on TikTok too. It's not even necessary to be on the news. It was on TikTok. People saw it.
Yeah, this one, like, this is how it started. This wasn't the 9 people diving him. This was he had just been pepper sprayed in the face before this. That's what a lot of people don't have there, is he was trying to administer first aid. That's what he was there principally doing. They interviewed him earlier in the day, and he was providing first aid to people who had been pepper sprayed. So he was there actually providing first aid. The weapon was just there for self-defense. He left the area to go get water or something. And when he tried to get back into the area, the police said, "Sir, you can't come back into this area," and asked him to go somewhere else. That way, he was completely split off from everybody else that he had come with. He's in an area that he wasn't familiar with. So this building that we see here in this picture is actually on the other side of the building is where all of his friends that he came with were. Now, he's all by himself here. As he was making his way around the building, he got pepper sprayed in the face by the Democrats. Well, I can't say that. He got pepper sprayed in the face by the people that were at the protest. I can't even say if it was BLM. I like, could have been an Antifa there, right? The assault rifle was to defend himself.
Zeminski? That is crazy.
The assault rifle was to protect himself. Whoever it was, whether it was the rioters, protesters, BLM, I can't say. I don't know who pepper sprayed him. That wasn't ever disclosed. But here's a kid, alone, scared, pepper sprayed in the face, can't see anything. Well, I mean, Mullet, come on. You look at these protests, defend himself from who? Come on. I'm not saying the BLM, and I went over this earlier, looters, protesters, and BLM are 3 different things. Looters, rioters, and protesters are 3 different things. Protesters are legitimately part of the protest. They're doing BLM. I've got nothing against them. The looters and the rioters are 2 different things, and there's definitely cause to need to defend yourself. Absolutely. Come on. I think that's completely reasonable. Now, the size of the rifle that he had, I mean, we can argue that till we're blue in the face, but I think it's reasonable. Protesters weren't attacking people. That's not true. He got pepper sprayed before doing anything other than administering first aid. That's absolutely not true. Here's a kid that was just administering first aid to people that have been pepper sprayed, and he gets pepper sprayed in the face. That's absolutely not true. He was attacked.
Protesters are very violent.
I think it's
after the pepper spray, this is the incident. He's behind the building. He's just been pepper sprayed. What we're seeing over here, guys, and this is what's being presented in the court. This is where this charge is coming from. A protester fires a gun off into the air. Rittenhouse turns and sees a guy lunging at him. His response is to fire on instinct. So this is where the charge has been laid. Joshua Zeminski, at 35, has been charged with disorderly conduct and use of a dangerous weapon for firing his weapon during the incident. Zeminski did fire a shot off into the air, confirmed by him and his wife. This strengthens the case for Rittenhouse that he had to fear for his life and was acting in self-defense. It was the New York Times that put out the article on the timeline of events. And this is exactly the legal defense that's being presented. Rittenhouse is innocent. A rioter fired the first shot. He was attacked by a mob, protected his life. He'll get off on self-defense.
Do you think he's going to sue?
He definitely should. He has that lawyer.
He should.
Remember that Indian, like the fake...
yeah, it's like
man?
that kid, exactly.
Yeah, he got like a couple $100 million out of those news outlets.
He had A-Rod's...
but that being said, the interesting thing with this one, guys, is this is different from that guy with the First Nations people in the States. This guy here, the New York Times actually didn't come out with anything defamatory against him. I'm not saying there aren't news outlets that did come out against him, but a lot of the more left-leaning, serious journalism sources, weren't so quick to judge this one. They came out instead with a timeline of events, almost like real news. Like this thing from the New York Times actually baffled me, and I'll pull it up here because it was largely without bias. It's like the New York Times didn't know what the hell to do with this, and instead said, "Here's what we'll do. Instead of leaning in and presenting a bias, we'll just lay out what happened for the night, and people can make their own decisions." It was legitimately almost a moment where we had old school journalism happening.
You mean they paid a couple $100 million and learned a lesson? That never happens.
Right. So I mean, I did not see a ton of bias in this piece from the New York Times. You guys are, I'll put the link so you guys can read it if you want. But it's decent journalism. It does present that he's from another community. He came there. He had a rifle. It also presents, here's the video interview that he does presenting why he's there, why he's doing what he's doing, that he is providing first aid to people. It then shows the image that we're seeing presented in the courts. It then shows the live video of Rittenhouse being chased down the street. Caution to everybody watching, it is mature content. There he is running down the street. Get that dude. There's one punch in the back of the head. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Guy picks up something to throw at him. He trips. He didn't get kicked. He does trip there. Hits him with a skateboard in the head. This guy's got a handgun. TOS? I don't think it's breach of TOS. Is it? Will he still be charged for being a minor in possession of a firearm? You know, I don't know. I don't know what the laws are in that state in regards to possession of a firearm.
I mean, if they want to, they can try to go after him, but at this point, they're pretty much grasping for straws.
I think that would be more of a black eye. Cut the mullet. They were attacking him because of this incident. So it's the 3 steps of the night. Here he is providing first aid. They have him on the press actually providing first aid at the end of this interview. He actually,
what are you doing out here, obviously?
He actually goes and he provides first aid to somebody who had just been pepper sprayed. And then following that, he gets separated. He's pepper sprayed himself in the face. He ends up behind this house. This guy fires a gun off in the air. He turns, sees somebody diving at him. He defends himself, shoots this guy. After that, everybody sees this and starts chasing him down the street. Then they attack him. He falls to the ground. I think that there's a reasonable case that can be made legally here that he was defending self. It's not like he's opening fire on people as he's running down these streets, right? He doesn't turn and fire on these people. He still keeps running away. Takes a punch to the back of the head. It's when he falls here. So he falls. This guy runs at him. He doesn't fire. Here he fires. After being punched in the head, kicked in the head, hit with a skateboard, and then sees a guy coming at him with a handgun. Who pepper sprayed him? The protesters. He was pepper sprayed by protesters.
What happened before that? Why are they attacking him? Seems like
he was defending. Him and his friends were defending like local businesses.
Why did they pepper spray him? Because he was with the group of people that were defending the automotive business, and he was separated from the group. Because the protesters there didn't pepper spray the rest of the group. They didn't even cause an issue with the rest of the guys that were together as a group of 12. They pepper sprayed the one kid who had been separated from the group.
Yeah, that dude that with the MAGA hat, they're not even done yet. Like, that's just one place. They're suing like everybody. I mean, if they had the money to throw around, might as well.
And Martini, that's only from Washington Post.
Yeah,
like
it's
some of the
pretty
other
crazy.
papers.
He's
the
at
other-
least $1 billion, half a billion rich.
Yeah.
At least.
It's not a bad
I mean-
day. Not a bad
mean,
day in court.
I mean, in my opinion, it's like this is how you turn someone to be against your cause. This is why contrarians exist. It's like if they're on the fence about something, or anybody's on the fence about something, you try to shove something down their throat.
Yes, sir.
What are they gonna do? Conform? Like, yes, I'm going to quietly comply by being forced into this.
But one of the things that I will say that is positive out of this is here we are now through the year 2020, which was absolutely disgusting, right? Absolutely disgusting. This whole year, as a whole, I think everybody can agree, has been nothing but a shit show from go. But what we have is these incidents happening, and now we see just here in this case here, where Nick Sandman is falsely tried by the media ahead of time, found guilty, and completely dragged through the mud for something that didn't happen. The way that the media reported it. We then see the media go, maybe on this one we just do, what news does and only present the timeline and the facts that we have that we can prove. For me, that's a good thing. That an establishment like the New York Times doesn't just take partisan lines on this of BLM good, anybody with a gun bad. This is like actual journalism. I think that's a good thing. As far as the right to bear arms, the right to self-defense, those things are all going to come up in court again here. Yeah, Mullet, I'm there with you too. I don't know that I would have brought a gun to the event. I don't know that I would have even been there. I probably lean closer on I probably wouldn't have even been there, but he was there. And I am absolutely on the side of if the state law, if wherever this happened, was it Michigan or was it Wisconsin?
Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Okay, so it was in Wisconsin. If the Wisconsin state law says that he should not have been there because he was from another state and he brought a gun and a firearm with a minor in another state is illegal, then great. I am all there. I'm there with you, Mullet, that they have every right to prosecute him and they should do that. But on the other side, for there to be an outrage of he's a murderer, I can't get on that train. I can't, given what I see in that story of events, it's going to be from what I'm seeing anyway, from a legal perspective, that's looking like it's going to be a very clear-cut case of self-defense. I'm Canadian. We have guns here. We just don't have a gun culture. It's very different. I don't think that you could. It's not feasible. It is not feasible for you to introduce no guns in America. It won't work. It can't work. We are past that point. You cannot do that. It won't work. Gun laws simply, you look at the places with the strictest gun laws in the US and they aren't working. Chicago, Detroit, LA. The gun laws don't work. It's a culture that does not respond to legislation against firearms. People want a weapon, they are going to get a weapon. It just doesn't work. So, I mean, if it's preference and I can wave a magic wand and go back, 800 years and make guns not a thing and everybody has swords instead, I think that would be pretty cool. And you'd have sword duels in the streets and that's the way it would go. But in the real world, I don't think that it's feasible. I don't. And when people make that argument that we should just take all the guns away, I don't think they realize that that would cause more bloodshed than it would solve. If you start knocking on conservatives' doors, or just constitutional Americans, they don't necessarily be conservative, but constitutional Americans. I know Democrats that own guns, and they live in neighborhoods that are crime riddled. And if you showed up and said you can't have a gun, they would tell you to take a hike. I know people that live in Baltimore. Sorry, go ahead, Martine.
I think I was reading the other day that there's like 10 guns per person in the United States. If you were to spread it out to every person. Like, all you would be doing is disarming people that are law abiding at that point
Yeah.
because it's already proliferated. So it's a completely different mechanical problem. You just have to think of the logistics of the situation and realize that if you start removing guns from people who are law abiding and will give them up because they're law abiding, then you kind of leave everybody out in the lurch. As opposed to a society that doesn't start out with guns, it's completely different.
And I appreciate when people are like, well, Australia has no guns. Is that true? Because I'm pretty sure you go to the outback, if you go to the areas that aren't massively populated, and there's people living out there with wildlife, they all own a weapon. They're not out there with a pitchfork. They own a rifle of some kind to protect themselves and their family. Yeah, I mean, as to that logic on it, Mullet, I'm there with you. I think that if there is legal precedent for the state to go against him for being there with a weapon, do so. But if he was exercising his constitutional right to be there, the police didn't arrest anybody else that was there with his group, as far as I know. No charges have been laid against anybody else in his group. There was no other incident as far as a shooting. The only incident was when the police separated him from the group and the protests went after him. I shouldn't say the protest, the rioters and whoever else that was there to cause trouble.
I don't understand is how he didn't get a federal gun charge. You can't take guns interstate, right? So if it's
Yeah.
interstate, it becomes
No, it was already there for him. He didn't take it interstate.
Oh, okay. So he picked it up there, but he doesn't own it and he doesn't carry it.
Yeah.
So he didn't have a permit. He didn't have a permit for it, and he's a minor in a different state. So there could be
apparently
grounds.
had some sort of Wisconsin had a little weird little loophole thing where it's just like he was legally able to use it or something like that. Where I can't remember. It was like a really obscure law where as long as he didn't bring it from out of state, then he's fine. He's totally able to use it.
Okay, because you got, like, just for any of you who, you have to be very careful going from state to state with a firearm. So
Yeah.
just in case anybody has them. I don't know the exact laws, but I know I was told to never do it.
Yeah, Mullen, I think that's where you and I would differ, that there must be some reason why he was provoked in the first place. Oh, well, there you go. There are videos. He used a fire extinguisher to put out a dumpster that the protesters were pushing around, and they got mad at him. There you go.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know about that. I haven't seen a video on that, but the initial interview shows him helping people that had just been pepper sprayed in the face by police officers. So we're not talking this guy as a total dick. In my mind, that this kid was scared. And rightly so. If I, honestly, guys, if I'm running down the street with a rifle and I've got 8 guys chasing me, yelling at me, saying, "Get that mofo," and then a guy punches me in the back of the head, I trip and fall, one guy curb stomps me in the face, the other guy smacks me over the back with a skateboard, and I turn and see a guy holding a handgun pointed at me, I'm probably going to be pulling some trigger. I'm just saying. I have to be honest on that. Me as a Canadian, as peaceful Canadians, where we're all about hockey fights over guns. In that scenario, given the same circumstances, that only 2 people were shot, I think is showing great restraint. That he didn't open fire for so long, even though he had been punched in the back of the head, he didn't turn and fire on the crowd. I mean, he clearly had some training on the weapon because he knew how to hold it. He knew, what's your team in hockey? Pittsburgh. But I mean, this is just breaking down the news on this, guys. I really don't want to dive any deeper into this other than I am happy to hear that the kid might just get away with a self-defense charge of some kind. I don't think that what he did, what I saw there, is indicative. And I do think it's terrible that 2 people had to lose their life in this situation, but I think the whole situation is terrible. I think that the entire situation as a whole is a shit show. That people are burning things and looting things, and I think that they're ruining it for a BLM movement that's trying to get a message across, and I think that that's the big problem, and it breaks my heart that that's the supposed legacy of Martin Luther King is stores getting looted and businesses being burned to the ground. Like that's not what he was about in any way. So
where are the sweeping criminal justice reforms that should be happening right now?
Yeah.
I mean,
there's
so many screwed up situations that need to take a look at, like civil asset forfeiture, or the bail system that's set up for people who have money, or you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. What happened?
Yes. Trump administration expands on their collaboration with AstraZeneca on their COVID-19 drug.
Explain as though I were a small child.
I'm scanning right now. Agencies and 2 departments have collaborated to provide $486 million to AstraZeneca for 2 of their phase 3 clinical trials and related development. One trial will evaluate safety and efficacy to prevent infection in about 5,000 volunteers. Another will have someone with a COVID post-exposure prophylaxis setting, about 1,100. Company estimates 100,000 doses could be available by December. That's for the US. The UK is probably going to approve sooner. See, this is where this back and forth with AstraZeneca gets really exciting. So that we're going to be throwing $500 million at AstraZeneca right now from the US side. The UK starts to get them weak hands, right? Oh crap. The US wants to start buying up our AstraZeneca. Let's hurry up and approve that so that we get our doses first, right? And now we get this back and forth of, oh, UK has clearly drawn a line in the sand that AstraZeneca is their pick. They don't care about mRNA. They don't care about Pfizer. They don't care about any of that crap. AstraZeneca and Oxford is the play in the UK. It's a play for most of Europe. France is still looking at Sanofi. Europe wants their drugs. And if they've got a bid against the US for them, they don't want to go to that. So I imagine we see the EMA really start to pile in here. That's really exciting news for AstraZeneca. It is almost noon, guys. Normally I'm out of here by 10:30, 11 though, so I am going to cut the stream. You guys rock. Have an amazing day. Shout out again to Restream that lets me keep track of everything that's going on, guys. If you are a streamer and you're not using them, you should be. I recommend them to everybody. I was using them before they sponsored the stream, and now that they sponsor the stream, I'm still using them. So huge shout out to Restream. I love what they do. I love who they are. You guys rock. I had a blast going through everything. I will probably break down SPAC tomorrow. That had some more great news. In the meantime, though, I don't want to leave you guys hanging. The day's not yet done. It is F Wednesday. Who knows what kind of crazy shenanigans the rest of the market's going to get up to. So this guy here, y'all know him. Y'all love him. He'll probably play marbles for you when you guys show up. In 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh yeah, make sure you're subbed and following so you can come back tomorrow.